Well, the Syrian army has made major advances in its battle against foreign-backed insurgents in the country's northeast. Troops gained control of the Sabah el-Khair strategic village near Hasaka city following a series of mop-up operations against insurgents. They also seized large amounts of explosive devices from Takfiri insurgents. The army is now in control of farms and granaries in the area. Syria has been gripped by deadly unrest since 2011. Over 120,000 people have been killed and millions of others displaced in the violence. To get the latest on that, we're now joined by Muhammad Ali, Press TV's correspondent, who's joining us live now from the Syrian capital, Damascus. Now, Muhammad, what more do we know about these advances by the Syrian army?
Yes, as you know, there are several key battles happening across the country. Of course, in the north, near el-Hasaka and Deir el-Zor, this is just one of them. The Syrian army has made new gains just yesterday over there by taking control over a village, a small one called Sabah el-Khair. This is just governorate of el-Hasaka, so it is in el-Hasaka countryside over there. And of course, in addition to gaining control of this particular village, there was also some of the grain mills over there that the army maintained control of. And of course, those were looted by foreign-backed insurgents. There were many large amounts of wheat looted by the insurgents over there. In addition, of course, there are several other advances happening and important clashes, battles happening on the ground. One of the main of them is the one happening in Damascus northern countryside. As you know, the battle for Yabrud in the northern countryside of Damascus, which is the last stronghold for the foreign-backed militants, is a very important one over there. And the army continues to advance further day after day over there after gaining more ground and gaining control of strategic hills that overlook the small town of Yabrud in the northern countryside of Damascus. Also in Daraa, there have been some clashes reported in addition to Aleppo, but in general, most of the clashes are happening in the north, close to Deir el-Zor, al-Hasaka, and also in Damascus northern countryside. The latest also advances was happening in Homs and its countryside, where in al-Zara and al-Rastan, the Syrian army also managed today to eliminate a number of foreign-backed insurgents linked to al-Khair, particularly to al-Nusra front over there. In Damascus countryside, there were also some advancements, mainly in Adra, where the militants continue to occupy some of the residential quarters. However, in general, we can say that the Syrian army continues to advance, but in some areas it advances slowly. But if we take into consideration the large numbers and the variety of foreign-backed militants that are fighting across Syria, slow advancement is in itself a very important victory.
Okay, Mohammed, thanks for that update.